We just had a massive update in Clash Royale that gave us card evolutions. Right now we can evolve 4 cards: the Royal Giant, the Firecracker, the Skeletons, and the Barbarians, and each of these cards have unique abilities when they evolve. The Skeletons here, for example, multiply. The Firecracker leaves behind fireworks that deal damage over time. The Royal Giant does damage when he shoots, and the Barbarians gain a rage effect when they hit. For you guys that do not know, we are getting a brand new card evolution every single month. So even though this update just came out, next month we are getting another card evolved. And people are wondering what that next card is going to be and what will it do. Well, today we are going to answer both questions. We have some super solid evidence and I'm excited to share it with you. So let's hop right into it. For you guys that do not know, Clash Royale did TV Royale. This is something the community managers do where they just talk about the new update. Pretty much what's coming to the game, but in this video they actually messed up and showed some stuff they weren't meant to. For example, I'm going to show you this screen here. In this part of the video, they're explaining elite wildcards, but you guys can see something very interesting, and that is the bats and the knight both have an evolution frame around them. And really there's 3 things I want to say about this. First of all, just keep in mind this is a developer build and nothing is guaranteed. They sometimes just like to test stuff out and see how it goes. Secondly, this could be a troll. You have to remember Supercell is a massive company, and for them to make this kind of mistake is almost too good to be true. They had to record this gameplay, edit this gameplay, and then someone else probably had to watch it to make sure it was okay to go public. The fact that 3 people potentially just missed this is kind of unlikely. So it could be one massive troll, or the third theory is this is legit, Clash Royale made an oopsie, and let's talk about what these evolve cards might do. So starting off with the Knight. The Knight is a 3 elixir melee unit, and it's also classified as a mini tank. It's meant to have a lot of hit points for its elixir cost, and the Knight is one of the most basic cards in the game. So what would the Knight evolution look like? Again, this is my theory, nothing's confirmed, but in my opinion, an evolved knight would have some kind of shield, very similar to the guard shield or the Dark Prince shield, just something that helps protect him against heavy hitters. You guys can see the knight struggles against P.E.K.K.A.s and mini P.E.K.K.A.s, but the evolution would solve that problem. It also just fits the card very well, the knight having a sword and shield. It just makes sense. And honestly, I think that for an evolution, although it's not the most interesting thing ever, it would be pretty balanced and I can see players actually using it. Of course, the knight would also have a card cycle, just like the other evolve cards, and I think it would only need a 1 card cycle. Again, the shield isn't anything too crazy, it's just something nice to make him a little bit more tanky. So let's move on now to the bats. What would a bats evolution look like? So the bats are a 2 elixir flying unit. The point of the bats are meant to be high damage but very squishy. And honestly, this is a very hard one to evolve. As always, I did my research, I went into Clash of Clans, and bats do exist inside Clash of Clans, but they're used inside a spell. There's also a Mother Witch troops that spawns bats, and these bats actually have a rage effect, but honestly I don't think any of those fit into Clash Royale. If they made it so the bats could be placed anywhere on the map, that would break the game. You could miner bats onto a tower and that would just be your tower gone. Also, the bats getting a rage effect, again, they already have the Barbarians for that, it just seems lazy and honestly not that unique. Each of these evolved cards so far are super unique, and I feel like the bats would also be unique in some way. So because of that, I feel like the evolution would actually be more bats. Instead of getting 5 bats when you play them, maybe you get 10. Because when you think about bats, they're normally all together in a cave somewhere. Very similar to how there's minions and then a minion horde. There could be bats and then the evolved bats is just a bigger version of bats. Again, it's not the best evolution, but it's super hard to think about what the bats could evolve into. If you guys have any better ideas, definitely let me know in the comments. But yo, that's going to wrap it up for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, leave a like, of course subscribe if you have not already. And as always, make sure you guys take care, brush your hair, and peace out. Woo!